Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And the next EX challenge quest has released. This time we're using the Earth team. This should be pretty good. I mean, we have HAKEROU. And if you don't have HAKEROU, but you have Toa, then it's going to work probably just fine, because they're the same thing. You're just not buffing Earth. Let's take a look at the missions, and then we'll kind of build a team accordingly. 9 turns, 8 turns, 5 alive, 3 magic changing skills, and a 6 combo of oranges. Okay, so yeah, definitely HAKEROU Toa. This is geared more towards to Earth 1.0, and the Banished Disaster is weak against magic. Okay, so yeah, they definitely want you to nuke with Earth Val. So let's go ahead and build a 1.0 Earth team, and we'll kind of get started here. Alright, so we've got HAKEROU, we've got Water Rimuru, Dark Milim, we've got the old free-to-play Albus, Valentine, and then Benimaru in the back so we can use his Orb Steel. This team is full of magic changing abilities. We got Orb changes, we've got the alt buff, we've got Orb Steel, or Orb Giveaway, Orb Steel, orange buff, magic, well, this one's not, but this one's the alt steel, or, well, yeah, kind of. So, I mean, we're going to be able to get all the missions here. I don't foresee this being difficult. Obviously, if you don't have this, like, this Dark Milim is not necessary. You could easily just put Soe up here instead and put someone else under Valentine. Rimuru is free, Albus is free. If you don't have HAKEROU and you have Toa, then just use Toa, because she's just a better HAKEROU. But we'll do this with, this pure team, and then we'll try out a few other things that we'll be able to get it done. Maybe just not as easily if maybe you don't have Toa or HAKEROU. But, we'll get there when we get there. Let's see what the first hand plays out. I don't think it's a set hand, though. So we can't do like a perfect 6 orb send with Valentine turn 1. No, we cannot. Alright, so I think we'll just hold it and we'll try and play into a 6 orb send. So let's go ahead and get Rimuru. Get these orbs out, and then maybe... Okay, that didn't really work. He also hates Rimuru. So we've got some Milim orbs coming. So next turn we can definitely do the steal, and that'll be 1 magic change skill. Oh yeah, we got 5 Milims, and he really hates Rimuru. Okay. All right, so Milim for Benimaru. We're gonna steal here, so that's 1 magic change. And that's a whole hand of Benny, so now we'll bring in Valentine. Please, Rimuru, don't die for whatever reason. So there's an ult and a half for Val, and we're doing an okay chunk of damage. Well, maybe not the best chunk. But okay, greens are nerfed. Man, he really hates Rimuru. Okay, so we'll just not have you be here anymore. Let's bring you in. That way we have an entire hand of Earth. Let's go ahead and buff the Earth now. So that's 2 magic change skills. We'll use... No, we'll have points. So let's use the magic buff. That's a defense changing skill, so that doesn't really take effect. But then we'll bring in Milim for Albus, I guess. We're gonna have 95 points, so we'll have 40 extra points to play with. So let's try and give away an orb to Albus into Val. Perfect. All right, that worked. All right, so now we'll bring in Milim. We'll use HAKEROU. That's 40 points right there. We've already used the 3 magic change skills, right? We've used the Orb Steal, we've used the Orb Giveaway, and we're going to use the alt buff right here. So we're all done with that mission. Milim is not going to benefit from her 20% buff, but that's okay because we're buffing the alt here. So pop, 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 pop. And this should do very good damage. And we have another alt with Valentine stocked up. What does this do? 18-4, and then the, okay, cheeky counter. It's also why you always send the ult first, because if your unit is low and they get countered before you can ult, and they die, then you're just not going to have the ult. And they can't counter an ult, so there's some helpful hints in play for you. 49,000, actually a lot less than I thought we were going to do. But we have an ult for Benny and a double ult for Valentine. Okay, I mean, that works. Cool, we'll go ahead and rebuff here with Val. Even though Benimaru is physical, we're not really going to benefit anything from that. Let's go ahead and send those. We have another HAKEROU next turn. 29,900. Benimaru does 5,000. Okay, well, that's not very good. Alright. So we've got another ult. That... okay. Valentine's taking some hits. Definitely taking some hits here. Let's get her out for Albus, and we'll hold for a bunch of ults here. Because we'll get Albus's ult, we'll get Benimaru's ult, definitely, from this. Do we want to boost again? Yeah, let's boost. Let's do the 40 points, and then we'll have an entire hand of orange, and then we'll have triple ult next turn, and no one should die. No one should die. Unless he just really just buffs himself all to hell. And then we'll also have enough points next turn to use the ult buff. So then we'll have triple boosted ult. Or, well, 3 boosted ults. Alright, good. And we have a card for Milim, which is perfect. So now we can do this over here. We can do this first. Haha. And these two... I mean, I guess we can use this for funsies. Doesn't really matter. We're going to lose one of those greens anyways. So, there we go. So, we've got Albus, Benimaru, Valentine, Albus, and Valentine. And this should be it. She won't do much damage, though. You'll do 9,000. Benimaru will do, like, 11? Or 8? Even worse. Valentine doesn't have her magic buff anymore. 29,000. Oh, he gets kind of tanky. Okay. He's got quite a bit of health. 6,000. Alright. We have another ult, though, so hopefully he doesn't kill... Ooh. Ooh. Looking a little low there. What do we got? 12,800, and you do about 8,000. So we're hoping Valentine can finish this up without anyone dying. We also have to turn off this not skip thing. 5,000, pop. Alright, there we go. Okay, so there we go. That is all Earth units. That's before turn 9 and 10. That's 3 magic changing skills. So most of the mission should be done except for like clearing it 2 more times with everyone alive. Let's check it out. No, that's all the missions. Okay, well, cool. Alright, let me build a team that does not focus on HAKEROU or Toa and still try and have some oranges. Alright, so here's a wonky team for you. We've got 2.0 Benimaru and Murin. We've got Hinata as our still only special orange orb converter. Phobio changes greens to oranges, and Beretta changes blues to oranges. So we've got a whole bunch of orb changing up front, and then we've got our 2 magic DPSs in the back. So Murin also has that stat swap ability, which you can see that we both have much higher defense, well, maybe much higher on you, but higher defense on Valentine. So when we're ready to nuke, we will have the stat swapped and that earth attack. And this, you know, this space orc is pretty tanky, so we could probably wait a couple turns and get most of the full effect of the earth attack from Murin. But, I mean, I haven't tried this team out yet, so I don't actually know if it's going to work. So let's find out together. And then, obviously, you could probably just run the water team. Well, yeah, you could run the water team, because they're focused on blues. They're not going to get the orange thing. You could try for, like, a natural hand of orange, but, you know, just if you're just trying to beat it and nuke it down, because you don't care about some of the metals, I mean, just use it. The dark team, oh, well, okay, well, that's hilarious. We can't really do anything about that, because we're not changing to greens, we're changing away from greens. So I guess we'll just send... We'll get Hinata out of here, and we'll get Mirin in here for Phobio, since he is very, very weak. And we'll send these greens, I guess. Benimaru will make sure that we're going to be pretty stocked up on points when we get greens, once we get him activated. Which apparently is going to be this entire fight. So we have 59 points, though, so we can do Phobio here for Beretta. Doesn't have any orbs anyways, so let's use his orb change. So double green to orange, and then we can get Hinata in here. Thankfully, we have enough. Do we have enough points? We do. Okay. I forgot she costs 30. And then we'll get Hinata in here, and then we'll change that, and we'll change that one green, and now we have an entire hand of oranges. And an ult for both Valentine and Mirin, and almost a double ult. And we've got Benimaru active, which is going to help us with counterattacking with some extra DPS. He's going to reset skill costs for those orb changes, if we want to do it. But more like we're going to reset the costs of the magic buff. And... let's get this continuous heal, defense, and magic. Yeah, let's do that. Make us a little bit tankier, then we'll put the counterattack up, we'll reset all of that. And, oh, I gotta turn that off, hold on. Settings on, alright, there we go. So now we've got a couple blues to send here. They got some greens that are gonna get super boosted from Benimaru. That didn't do a lot. Mirin, 16.2. 2,000, 2,000, and 11,900. Okay. So we got another ult for Val, which is fine. The greens are now nerfed, though, but they're nerfed on gauge only. So we're not going to get too much, like, protection gauge out of these, but we'll still get a bunch of skill points, right? Because 250% skill points, like, how much does one give? 17 still? 35, 55? You know, it could be better, because they're nerfed by 75%, so it's technically only, what, 175? Oh no. What are we going to do with 175% skill point increase? Alright, now, what do we do? I guess we'll just get these greens out. Do we send the Valentine ult, though? Or do we just kind of hold it? I kind of just want to hold it. So let's get Beretta in here. And then we'll get these greens, we'll get some skill points back. We don't get anything for protection gauge, though. Okay, that's a bunch of blues, which doesn't really... I mean, it does help, because we'll get Benimaru active again. Ooh. I don't want to deal with that, though. So let's go ahead and push that. We're going to swap out Hinata. And we're going to use the ult deny. And then we're going to swap you back out for Phobio. And we'll still retain those blues. So we can get Benimaru active again. And a... because why not? Why not a counterattack? Alright, okay. Oh my dear gentle Jesus. Alright, so we just pushed it one turn, so it didn't really matter that much. Alright, well, let's get you out of here. Definitely get you out of here. Ooh, okay, that works pretty well. So let's get Beretta out. We can bring Hinata in. We can use her orb change again for a whole hand. That won't get us Mirin's ult, though. If we had 3, it would. Unfortunate. Hinata still has defense. And the health. I guess we'll use the magic buff again, and then we'll reset that again, and give us some counterattacks that we haven't really seen get used a lot. Right, it almost gets us Mirin's ult. And this probably gets us Valentine's ult. So we just need to get some points, and then we can probably use the Earth buff, and that'll probably be it once we get the ult for Mirin. Alright, that didn't hurt too bad. We didn't counterattack, but here's a counterattack, right? Yep. So, oh, and he guarded it, because why not? Alright, let's get, let's do this. That'll give us 64 points. That'll get us Mirin's ult. It'll get us Hinata's ult too. And then we can nuke here using Mirin's stat swap and Earth buff. And then we'll also be done, because these are 3 single target attacks. There's a counterattack, there's a counterattack, there's a counterattack. Perfect. And then there's the heal. Let's use the earth buff, which we're up to 50% earth attacks. We need to go, what, 2 more turns to get to 60? But I'm pretty sure that we're going to be just fine. So let's go ahead and use that. What is Hinata's stats actually now? Okay, well, I mean, she still got something out of it. So let's use Mirren. Actually, let's use Hinata first, and then Mirren, and then Val, because we kind of know that Val's going to kill. Alright, so Hinata, 8,300, whatever. Mirren, 39,800, and then Valentine does 33,800. And that's because, 1, we didn't have the magic buff on Valentine, and 2, because using the stat swap, Mirren's attack stat is now like over 10k, and so she'll just inherently hit harder then. So there we go. There's a definitely not Toa or HAKEROU themed team. You don't have to bring Earth Benimaru either. You can bring pretty much any protector, but you've got 3 protectors that are covering the entire spread right here. So that's what's going to get you that full hand of orange. And now I guess we'll probably just do the water team and nuke this thing's ass into the ground just to beat it. So we'll be right back. Alright. This isn't going to be hard. No one's going to die, probably, hopefully. And we definitely have a number of magic-changing skills on this team. We've got, you know, the alt buff, we got orb change, we got permanent alt buff, we got that buff, which don't use that buff. More orb changing, so we're definitely covered on that. The only thing is that we're going to have to kind of pray that we get a natural hand of oranges if you're trying to, you know, get all the missions done. If not, then, you know, beat it, come back, and, you know, you don't have to get them all done in one run. You can definitely let most of the people die while still getting the full hand of oranges and still beating it. Like, you don't have to do everything in one go. But, you know, it's fun, and it saves time. So, okay, well, that's hilarious. We'll keep you in, that way you get protection trait from these 2. And we'll get points from Shuna, so we should be able to orb change away from everything. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that'll work. So, let's go orange. And then let's go green. So there's 2 magic changes right there. And then we'll get you in here. We'll leave you for the last turn of your protection trait, which we're not going to need because we're already capped out. And, you know, it's okay damage being type neutral. Okay. And, oh, okay, that works out, because we can pretty much orb change back out of that again. So, well, maybe not, because we don't have enough points. We can do 1. So, do we have... No, we don't have enough. Alright, so let's do this. Let's get you out. Let's get this on. And then let's get these 2 stacks of Milim, so these blues give us a lot more points. So there's 3 orbs right there. There's 3 magic changing skills. We did 2 of the orange change and 1 of the green change. So I mean, we're set there. We just now have to kill within however many turns. Which, you know, as soon as we get an alt for Hinata and enough points to full nuke, then he's probably gonna die. Probably gonna die. Okay, we got a bunch of greens here, which does not really help our cause. Shuna's taking some hits. But we also have a lot of Shuna orbs. We have 116, so what we maybe could do... 25... So we could swap Shuna for Rimuru. We'll do that. And then we'll steal here, so that's 4 changes now. And... do I use this other orb change, or do I send the 4 blues and call it good? I think we just send the 4 blues and call it good, to be honest with you. So let's do that. We can use the first stack of Valentine's buff and get a little bit of heal on her. This won't do much. 2,000 damage. Yeah, it's not good. But, you know, she's not a water unit. Is that a 2-2-2 spread right there? It is. Okay, perfect. So now... so that's 45, and that's 100 and... Ooh, that's 110 points right there that we gotta use. Alright, well, we're just gonna have to live with it. So let's get Rimuru in here for Val. Let's use his orb change. And then we'll get Shuna in here for Rimuru. Use her orb change. Another hand of blue. All the water units on the field. Let's use a stack of Milim. And then this should get us Hinata's ult. And plenty of points. Yeah. Alright, and we got another stack of Milim ready to go. We're going to take this ult, which might hurt Shuna quite a bit. In fact, she might die. Depending on what happens after the follow-up. Yeah, if we take another hit, that's a... Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Bye-bye. So, maybe play it a little better. So we're going to miss out on the 70% ult buff, but we have enough to do this permanent buff. This, and then 5% more. And... yeah. Alright, well, that was unfortunate. That he really hated Shuna that entire match. So there's another stack. We've got a Hinata ult that's mostly buffed. And then we've got this. We'll send her since she's got all the water buffs on. And Hinata does 123. Valentine, I don't think will clean up, but I think Xion will. Well, maybe. Hold on. Not if he guards it! Oh, you stupid. Alright, well, now Xion can actually clean up. Alright, so there we go. So there's 3 different teams you can use. Water team is just for beating it and not worrying about things. Definitely did not get the whole orange hand with them, but then we had, you know, Toa / HAKEROU team with Earth, and then we had a very kind of orb changer dependent team with Phobio, Beretta, and Hinata, and you could do any kind of mixture thereof. So there's 3 ideas for you. You can mix and match based on what your team needs are. Maybe shoot for some natural oranges if you have to. But yeah, let me know what other teams you guys used in the comments below. That's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you later.